And that's why we ended up with employer national insurance contributions and not those that employees...
Which everyone has acknowledged does still hit employees down the line. So let's not go down that argument again. But talk me through why you decided to disproportionately hit lower-income workers.
If I might just say, it's important that we made that promise to working people, and we've honoured that.
Well, look, I didn't want to go into this again, but
it's up to you. But I mean,
no. But you brought it up again yesterday. The Chancellor said wage increases might be slightly less than they otherwise would have been. De facto, that is clearly a hit on working people. Paul Johnson of the IFS said the continued pretence that these changes will not affect working people risks further undermining trust.
I'm not giving any pretense about anything. All I'm telling you is that the Treasury, which sets tax rates, is not increasing the rate of tax on working people. That was the promise we've made.
Does it hit working people?
That we've delivered. We completely respect the OBR's assessment.
Does it hit working people?
So we recognise that the OBR has predicted that in future...
Does it hit working people?
I'm answering your question. The OBR has predicted that in future years, wage growth may become lower as a consequence of employers having to pay more.
So it hits working people?
Employer national insurance. Yes, but the question in the manifesto...
Yes, it does. So again, I come back to this point. If you were trying to avoid that, are you not continuing to undermine trust in politics?
No, because the promise in the manifesto was not to increase the rate of tax that employees pay on their pay slip.
That was not the promise in the manifesto.
Yes,
that's what you're now making the promise. No. We've all read the manifesto. The words...
Shall we get it up on the screen? Have you got it? It says that we make a promise to working people, that's people who go to work and get a pay slip, that we will not increase income tax or national insurance. That's a promise that we've honoured.
Not pay slips. It did specifically say you won't increase national insurance.
How do you get paid?
Hold on. You have just said the phrase in the manifesto was working people. You have just acknowledged to me, yes, it hits working people. You're then adding this caveat of... Did pay slips get mentioned in the manifesto?
You should get the manifesto up. I'm happy to go through it.
You've just quoted it to me. You have just quoted it to me.
And
you've said working people. Separately, 10 seconds ago, you said, yes, it hits working people.
We've honoured the commitment not to increase the tax rate on working people. If we'd have broken that promise, what would it have looked like? It would have looked like the Chancellor increasing...
Did the manifesto say we will not put up the tax rate on working people?
It said we will not increase the tax of national insurance or income tax on working people.
No, it didn't. It said we will not put up the national insurance contribution. Working people was in the comment before that. You just quoted that to me.
Look, we can have a debate about the plain English assessment of our manifesto. I helped write the thing. I'm telling you the meaning behind the words. I'm telling you the explanation of the plain English way in which it's been drafted. And we can have a debate about how you've interpreted it, but I can tell you, as one of the authors of the manifesto, that the commitment was not to increase the tax rate on working people. That is a promise that, by fact, we have honoured at this budget.
I mean, again, I didn't even want to go down this route, so you brought this up. You have acknowledged in this interview that this budget does hit working people.
And do you acknowledge that we've not changed the tax rate that employees pay on national insurance? Yes or no?
I do. But
exactly. But there we go. But we've honoured our manifesto commitment.
Hold on. You just, again, specified tax rate.
Yeah.
Does it say that in the manifesto?
It says that we will not increase the tax that employees pay up for working people.
Is that the wording? Did you specify tax rate in the manifesto?
I'm telling you, as someone that authored the manifesto,
that's not the words you use, and that's the question you just asked
me on this. It's the words that we use, and that's what we meant, and that's what we've delivered.
Well, I mean, listen.
You can disagree. We're going to have to disagree, but I'm just telling you what the manifesto says.
People will be the judges.